Good morning. So this reading is for Thursday, November 13th. And while I'm shuffling, I did already schedule the live. So it's going to be on November 26th. It's going to be at 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. And I'm going to do it as a by Zodiac. What you don't see coming, advice on how to navigate that energy. So if you want to join me, you're more than welcome. And I only have that set up on YouTube. I am going to figure out something here for Rumble. And so that is on Tarot and Astrology with Michelle. So let's jump into the reading. Tell me a little bit about your past. Current energy. And future energy. I am going to call this out. There is some sort of shift right now that is taking place. Could be connected to Mercury retrograde, a lot of internal reflection, but I'm getting a lot of decision and action energy coming through. And of course, at the bottom of the deck here, I'm getting the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is that quick energy, that movement forward. There's a lot of Wands energy coming out of the current place. Something is shifting. You're taking some sort of action here. And with the Eight of Wands, it feels like you want to move really quickly towards something here, some sort of goal or dream that you have. It feels like you're ready. You're ready to take some sort of risk, take some sort of leap. So when I look at the past energy and I get the Star, that Aquarius energy of focusing on your goals and dreams, there's also a healing energy connected to it. Healing so that you can go after something here that you want. I'm also getting the Page of Pentacles showing up here with the Moon, planning for the future, focusing on what really matters to you, coming at it from an emotionally balanced place. And that balanced energy is not a static, I'm always kind of equal as I go. It's that go with the flow energy. Not every day is going to be good. Not every day is going to be bad. And it's planning for the future. It's being flexible. I'm definitely getting the word malleable. And so take it as it resonates for you. But it feels like as you were in the past working through whatever worked and what didn't work, it feels like one of the patterns you identified within yourself is being too rigid, too kind of stuck to a roadmap. Like it has to go this way. It has to go in this manner at this time. I feel like all of that's shifting, and it has been shifting. And I'm getting the World. And it feels like that's the pattern that was broken. Something that was very rigid, very just inflexible. Now it's shifting into the more flexible, into the, you know what? I've got to focus on what really matters. I've got to focus on myself, my goals, my dreams. So when I look at the current energy, I'm getting the Nine of Wands. So that Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. But the Two of Wands showing up here with it tells me that you're aware of your own internal blocks. But this feels like you're making some sort of decision, a decision around moving forward. So it feels like what you're doing is really channeling this Page of Pentacles with the Moon in the past and saying, okay, what's going to be in my best interest? Because I want to go after my goals and dreams. And I want to go about it differently here with the World card. I want to close out the past, completely just move on from it altogether. And it feels like this is some sort of decision point or pivot point connected to the action that you're taking. I do feel like you're doing something though. Page of Wands is showing up here with it. So you are going to take some sort of action. Now, this doesn't have to be that big overt action, this major leap forward, but it does feel like you're taking a conscious step, moving in the direction of what you want. If you were held back by fear, that's not going to be the case anymore. You're stepping into your own strength, your own power. So when I look at the past energy here and I get the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups, a card of nostalgia. Four of Pentacles here, a solid foundation. Five of Swords, picking up the pieces here, resolving some sort of conflict. It feels like it's an internal conflict. The action that you're taking here is really to restore some sort of happiness in your life. Now, Six of Cups, we are in Mercury retrograde, so this could be connected to a past person. Take it as it resonates for you. I'm not getting a lot of that energy, but the Six of Cups can indicate somebody from the past returning. Not a dominant energy in this reading, but again, take it as it resonates. But the action here ultimately is about restoring happiness, bringing something back into your life, joy, excitement, just a reason to celebrate here. And it feels like with that with this action here that you're taking between the Page of Wands and the Six of Cups, you're resolving some sort of internal conflict. It's creating a more solid foundation for you. As you're moving forward with this Four of Pentacles energy, it's creating healthy boundaries, you not overgiving, not overcompromising, or sacrificing your happiness just to make somebody else happy. So let's get some additional detail. Tell me about the Star, Page of Pentacles, and the Moon. And the World. So with the Star here, I'm getting the Hanged Man. And so the Hanged Man is some sort of pause or delay in order for you to see the big picture, for you to recognize what your dreams really are, what that path is in order to achieve them. Success is really the goal here. And when you kind of look at it from that high level perspective, it shows you all the ways that you didn't have that flexibility, that you were being held back, whether it was a structure you put in place or it was another way of just that rigid energy coming through. Take it as it resonates for you. I'm picking up more of, this is what I plan to do, and that plan did not necessarily go the way that you want. Now you're being called to do it differently. That flexible energy. So that's what we got here with the Page of Pentacles and the Moon card. Really about trusting yourself, your emotions, your intuition. King of Wands, acting from that place. It's acting differently based on what you're seeing, based on the recognition, the understanding of how you were held back in the past, how you were not able to achieve the success that you were looking for. And so this feels like you're acting from a place, and it started in the past, so you're already in this energy, but acting from a place of strength and balance and just knowing exactly what you want to accomplish here. And so when you closed out cycle, that cycle of being very rigid and so overstructured that it didn't allow for any real progress to be made, Temperance. So the end of that cycle allows for the balance that you're looking for. That is yin yang energy. It's Sagittarius. That's the yin yang coming into alignment. Tell me about the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. Two of Wands. Page of Wands. So clarifying that Nine of Wands here, King of Cups, emotional growth and maturity. You're working through something internally. This is where the resolving the conflict is showing up in the future, but it's based on the action that you're taking now. It's learning to go with the flow and learning that you can have these goals and dreams and they may not play out exactly the way that you think, but that doesn't mean you're not going to get them. And so it's kind of reminding yourself of the progress that you've made, that go with the flow energy, and being open to new ways of accomplishing the result that you seek. Two of Wands here, clarified by the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands is obstacles and challenges. So as you're thinking about what you're trying to do and the action that you want to take here, it's kind of the understanding and the recognition of what you've overcome in the past, because the Five of Wands, it feels like you've overcome this. But the Nine of Wands is also present here. So it's all the ways that you've been held back, all the ways that you've let obstacles or your own internal blocks and barriers prevent you from moving forward. Could even be a wound that's showing up, that kind of protective energy that says, you know what, I don't want to go through that again, so I'm just not going to engage. That feels like one of the blocks that's showing up here. So take it as it resonates for you. This feels like what you're doing is you're being more mindful of some of these kind of pitfalls and all the lessons that you've learned so that you don't fall back into that pattern. This really does feel like you're breaking some sort of pattern, but it's not just the breaking of the pattern, it's the new approach towards the future that's coming through. And so as you're planning for the future, it's not expecting everything to go exactly as planned. It is planning for that flexibility, but also planning for some things to not be great. Those obstacles and challenges are just a necessary part of life. They're meant to guide us into a specific path. And it's the understanding and the awareness of, you know what, when this obstacle shows up, what is my response? How am I supposed to respond in this situation? Is it meant to help me stay on track? So it's kind of acting like a guardrail, meant to keep me on my path. Is it something that I need to grow through because I've got something better on the other side? Why is that showing up here? And so there's the recognition and the awareness of what you've been through, but also all the skills that you've developed, so that as you're planning for the future and you're taking some sort of action, you're moving forward, you're understanding all of these different complexities that go into it. And so with the Page of Wands here, I'm getting the Magician. So the Magician is about manifesting what you want. And I love the action connected to it because this is about you going after your goals and dreams, not letting any kind of fear, any old wounds or obstacles really prevent you from moving forward. Now, there was a period where that was the case. I don't feel like that's going to be the case anymore. You're actively working through those. You're not letting your mind or anything else hold you back here. Tell me about the Six of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Six of Cups and the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is getting to the truth of a situation. So it can be lies, manipulation, and deceit, even those kind of lies by omission. The Six of Cups here feels like what you're doing is you're kind of cutting through a lot of the stuff. The Nine of Wands and the Five of Wands were really preventing you from seeing what happiness is or restoring happiness in some capacity. The Seven of Swords is coming through as the truth, that the recognition, the awareness of how you've been held back, how you need to change and take different action as you move forward. It's being able to see all of this clearly. It's moving forward. And with the Four of Pentacles here, I'm getting the Queen of Wands. And so that Four of Pentacles, that solid foundation, now I'm getting the Queen of Wands with it. It feels like the action that you're taking because of everything that you're identifying, everything that's kind of, it almost feels like it's hitting home. There's this kind of settling of, okay, this is what happened. I understand it all happened. I can't go back and change any of it. So all the ways that you've been held back, intentionally, unintentionally, other people, internally, all of it. These I'm picking up more internal than anything else, but it feels like what you're doing is you're understanding all of this. And as you're moving forward, the action that you're taking is really solidifying your foundation and saying, I forgive for whatever happened in the past. I forgive myself. I forgive the situation. And now I know I want to act differently. That's what I'm picking up here in this future energy. And with that, I'm getting the Five of Swords with the Nine of Swords. That Nine of Swords is stress, fear, anxiety. But this is what it feels like you're resolving. It's the internal fear, the internal block. You're working through all of it. You're starting to see the truth in a situation, including your own participation in holding yourself back or in generating those obstacles and challenges. And now you're at a point of really understanding all of it so that you can actively do something different, behave differently, just act differently as you're moving down this path. So this is the reading for Thursday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.